Welcome to Green Cross Pharmacy. Sometimes paying can be a little tricky in our offline service, so I'm just going to step you through that. First of all, if you can go up to Manual Pay in the top menu on the screen, and then select Pay by Credit Card or EFT. That will take you through to some information about how to use the Exchange for Free service and some of the known issues. For instance, it won't process credit cards that are based in the USA accounts. If you have a USA account, or sometimes from Argentina or China, then maybe give us a quick email and we'll give you an alternative payment system. Sometimes the iPads and iPhones don't work very well because they have security settings that stops the information being passed in the banking system once we get a little bit further on. And the same applies for Macs. They sometimes have trouble. If you use a Chrome browser, that gives you a better chance of success. Using your credit card while overseas can trigger fraud countermeasures, so sometimes that can be an issue as well. Now, if you use a desktop computer and the Chrome browser, that gives you the best chance of getting your payment through. But if you do have any trouble, of course, give us a call. So if you just click on Pay Now, that should take us through into the actual Exchange for Free portal. Okay, so you'll notice that there are two columns here to fill out. The first one is your paying country. So let's just say, because I'm from Australia, let's do Australia, but of course select your country. One of the tricky things for Australians is that in this particular list, there is a heading called Australia, which just means the Australian region. You need to select the one that's a little bit down from that. Now, payer type, you're an individual. First name, I'm just going to put Rodney, and test to let the guys know that this is just a test transaction. Passport field isn't actually needed. Exchange for Free is a money transfer system. So we use it to pay for products, of course, so it's not required. So I just put in 8 zeros. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Now the payment method, EFT will take you through and book a transaction for you and then give you a local or nearby bank account, and very importantly in red, an Exchange for Free reference number that you put with your EFT transaction. So there are two steps if you're selecting EFT. One is to book the transaction and the second is actually to make the payment through your bank. In this case, let's select credit card because that's the one that most people have trouble with because it's a little bit more involved. Transfer reason is usually that we're just paying an invoice. Invoice currency is USD, the United States dollars, and the invoice amount. Now the invoice amount is the amount on your order under the total. Some people make a mistake and put in the subtotal, but it's actually the total amount. So just for argument's sake, we'll just put in 85.15. So it's just simply the USD amount on your Green Cross Pharmacy order. You don't need to do any calculations, it's just that. Now the payment reference type, we're actually doing an invoice number, and then you would just put in your order number. Next, I'm just going to pop in an email address. Of course, this will be your email address. All these details are basically about your transaction and can be different or the same as what you have on your order with Green Cross Pharmacy. This all goes off to Exchange for Free, so it doesn't really relate to your order directly. Now the country we'll select, I'm going to select Australia. If I can find it there. There we go, Australia. And it's put in the Australian country code, and then I'll need to put in a phone number. So just make a phone number up there for myself, but of course you'd put your actual phone number in there in case Exchange for Free need to contact you for any reason. Now the city, I'm just going to put Melbourne, but of course you'd put your actual city. And street address, I'm just going to make a street address up. Of course, put in your postcode or zip code or whatever is relevant there for you. Now confirm and pay's got the 3 ticks, and we've just get a quote. Now this will just simply check what the exchange rate is at the moment and quote for you. So it's $124.35 for that particular USD amount in Australian dollars, and that will tell you what your invoice amount is in your currency with whatever the exchange for free exchange rate is, plus any transaction fees they might charge. Now, all of that done, hopefully we can just hit pay now. Oh no, I've got an error. Oh, I forgot to select the state, of course. So you can see it is a little bit tricky when I get bamboozled. And they're not happy with the mobile number. Oh, because I put in a leading zero, which is a really common error. So, you know, if you're putting in your mobile numbers, make sure that you leave off the leading zero there so that their system is happy. Now we'll just click pay now. Let their system chew on that for a little moment and see what it comes back with. What happens with this system is that the first step is booking a transaction, so no value is actually transferred. And the next step that we're in at the moment is where it connects to the bank and will, which it happens to be Barclaycard, and it will give us a chance to put in our credit card number. So in this case, we're paying in USD, and it's all been calculated for us. So we would just put in our credit card number, credit card name, the expiry date, of course, the CVC or the 3 digits on the back of the card usually. Then again, you've got to put in your address. So this is the bank asking this time what your address is to confirm against your card. So whatever's registered on your card, just pop that in there. And I won't fill this in because it would actually charge my card if it did. And if I put in fake stuff, it's going to bring up an error. So there's no point in me showing you, but I will tell you that that's what we need to do. And then we'd click pay. It will go away, digest that information, and then the payment will either be successful or not. If it's not successful, it'll pop you back to the Green Cross Pharmacy error processing page. And you'll know that it probably hasn't succeeded. But always, you know, feel free to give us a message at orders@greencrosspharmacy.online, and we can check those sort of things up for you. Or you can go to our support forum on Facebook, and we will help you with that too. This bit is often the bit where you'll know, you know, if things are a bit of a problem with your browser or with your credit card security. Or if you're, you know, running around in another country and it's detecting that your card is not usually used from that location. So that's basically the step through for that one. Hopefully it will be an easy process once you've done it a few times. It is a little bit involved and a few steps involved there. It's not like a normal payment portal, you know, unfortunately. Processing medicines over the internet is usually forbidden by most of the usual credit card payment gateways. So we're very grateful to Exchange for Free for offering this service and making it available for us, even though we do need to learn these extra steps. So hopefully that's all done for you, and we'll be sending you confirmations once your payment, and if you need to upload a script, your script is uploaded. Thanks and have a good day.